good morning or good evening, depending upon whether you're in where you are, Amsterdam?
Well, near
Amsterdam.
Almere.
Huh?
Almere, that's near
Almere.
Amsterdam.
Okay. So I'm here with PatrickBarel, and he is both an Oracle ace and a winner in the PL SQL category for our recent Database Developer Choice Awards, so also known as the Devies. Congratulations, Patrick.
Thank you.
On winning, just both being nominated and passing through the panel of judges to make it to the short list, and then actually being, voted by popular choice up to the top.
Great.
Patrick, couple of questions for you. I was looking at your profile online, and you have patch 72.
Yeah.
So you have patch 72 for both your OTN community name and for your Twitter handle.
Yes.
Where do you get that patch 72 from?
Okay. A friend of mine called me Patch a long time ago. And when I started Twitter, I was looking for a handle, and I was thinking, well, maybe use Patch. Patch was taken. So let's use a patch 72 for the year I was born.
Ah, excellent. There we go. See, it makes sense.
It makes sense.
Is it some obscure patch that you contributed to the OTN base?
No, it's somebody called me Patch, which was short for Patrick.
Yep.
And
it stuck.
It stuck, yeah.
There we go. Excellent. So I was looking at your website, and you're obviously very prolific in terms of contributing code back to the community. One of the things I saw that you actually built a code generator, or you were a code developer or a code generator with Stephen. And do you want to talk a little bit about that? What does it involve? Why is it useful? And
well, it's generating code in general is useful because we don't want to do the same thing over and over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. And there was PL Gen, which was a very early incarnation of the engine. Then Stephen asked me to help him build CodeGen, which was then it was distributed by Quest, which is now Dell. And nowadays we're working on ODD Gen, maybe.
OddGen, yeah. Okay.
Oracle Data Dictionary Generator, which should generate the code you create over and over again, just like that, with just a click of a button. Just generate it for you, and you can focus on the special parts of your applications.
So you're talking about basically being able to generate building blocks of code, basic plumbing. Now I've got to ask you this because code generators, you've got the purists. Well, you can never get it as good as the handwritten code. The purists will say that. What would you say to something like that?
I think they're right, but most of the time you don't need the excellent code, the super fast code for all your work. Maybe it's like 80 or 90% you can do with generated code, and just create the super fast and very good code for the last 10%.
Excellent. So when you're building your applications in that, what are some of your favorite tools to use in terms of how do you get your work done?
Well, my favorite tool is actually PL SQL Developer. I've been using that for the last, I'm getting old, 15 years or so. And it was better than Toad for me. It was I liked it a lot more. It was more focused on the PL SQL Developer, not on the DBA side.
Okay.
And at that time there was no SQL Developer yet.
Ah, yes. So you didn't have a free tool that you could just play around
no.
with either.
And now it's I can almost literally do everything with it. Everything that wasn't possible, I created my own plugins for it. And so I can, yeah.
So I saw on your website you've actually created 11 different plugins for that tool. Okay, what is?
I think even more. But.
Well, at least 11 that I saw listed on the website.
Yeah.
My first question is, what are your two most popular downloads of those plugins? And the second question would be, if one of those two isn't your most popular, isn't your favorite, what's your favorite?
The most popular download is the command lines plugin, which just adds dashes in front of your code, so you can comment stuff out.
Comments to comment out a section of code. Is that what you're saying?
Instead of using slash asterisk slash for a block, you can just comment out every line, and then uncomment it line by line, so you can do your testing with it. And the funny thing is, the guys from Allround, they said, we're not going to build this into the application. They can just use your plugin.
Oh, nice.
So that's a good one. And then there's, well, I think the favorites is a good one, which allows you to store your favorite scripts in the menu. And my own templating plugin. You can, well, I've for example, I've created a template which I have to type PRC, press a special key, and it builds me a skeleton for a procedure.
Okay.
Set up, tear down, exception handler, etc. Everything I need, in place. So that's pretty much
So that's similar to what you're doing with the oddgen stuff.
Yeah, but this is more inside the tool.
Okay. Yeah. Excellent. So. Now, I mean, you've been doing this PL SQL development for quite a while. You must have come across some interesting projects over the years. What is one of your more favorite or interesting projects that you can talk about?
Well, I think one of the interesting projects was the Y2K bug, which wasn't there. We had to rebuild a lot of software just to be sure that the year 2000 could be nicely handled. Then there was in Europe, we went from our different currencies to
the euro. Yeah.
We had to convert everything, all the
existing applications.
Yeah, all the applications, all the business logic in there.
Yeah,
it had to be euro proof. That was quite a big job. And I've been working on an application where we had a system where people could design the power plants or the transformers. And we had to connect that to the real-time online system, so people could just, by click of a button, shut down the power. And my goal was to be able to shut down the power in my sister's house, but we never came to that.
Loving brother that you are.
Yeah.
So what is I mean, have you had a chance to play around with 12c much on any of your projects? What are some of the favorite features that you've seen that have come out? What's your favorite feature?
Well, actually, at the moment I'm at the client, I have the access for a 12c database. And I've been playing around with it, downloaded the DevDays, the OTN VirtualBox. So I've been playing around with it. And Yeah, well, I think the multi-tenancy is great.
Uh-huh.
It's probably a very expensive version, but hey, I got one virtual box, and I got like 5 or 6 different databases running on that one.
Uh-huh.
And I think for instance, the auto number thing, which is now finally available in Oracle.
Yeah.
Which, well, I don't have to create my own sequence anymore. Don't have to create my triggers anymore. Oracle will take care of that.
Nice.
And everything Oracle does for me, that's better. I mean, as a good developer, I'm lazy in a good way.
Code
Everything
reuse.
I don't have to do, I don't want to do.
It's not lazy, it's code reuse.
Yeah, let's call it lazy. I like it. So,
excellent.
Yeah.
So when you're young, you've got a young developer, he's just starting out, and how would you advise him in terms of, what would you say in terms of what technologies to learn? High school student, university student, somebody that, he says, well, I'd really like to become a PL SQL programmer, or just maybe doesn't even know which direction. He just thinks computer programming is it, and he wants to build applications. What would you advise him?
I would advise him to find the best tool for the job. There's stuff that needs to be done in the database, and there's stuff that needs not to be done in the database. Every screen you build, you don't want, well, except for Apex maybe, but most of the time you don't want to use your database to deliver your screens. You can do that better in a different tool. Mm-hmm. When you're working with data, if you can do it in SQL or PL SQL, do it with those two tools, and don't even think about getting all the data out into your Java or whatever application and doing the joins there. I've seen people create code to fetch everything from table A and fetch everything from table B, and then see what matches. And that's what the database is for. It's built to join tables.
Yeah.
And that's probably the most important thing, I think. Use the best tool for the job. Mm-hmm. And either database or Java or ADF or Apex or whatever, but also use the best tool for your job. In my case, that's PL SQL developer. Somebody else might be using Toad because they can read and write and everything, do everything with it. Yeah, that's probably the I think that's the best advice I can give. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, Patrick, I super appreciate your time, and thanks again, and congratulations on winning in the PL SQL developer category.
Thank you.
And keep on the good work of contributing back to the community.
Thank you. I will.